Hi, how are you? It's Traviseen here, and welcome back to our adventures in Azeroth. Today, we are in the dungeon Manitombs. This dungeon is located in well, not in Terracar Forest, more inside of Auchindoun, which is sort of a part of Terracar Forest. And we are going to be fighting against Ethereals. We picked up, I think, 3 quests for this dungeon. Yep. You have to get Pandemonius's Essence, Havarok's Heart. You have to slay a bunch of these Ethereals. And we have to get Shafar's Rapis. He's the last boss, I believe. And we have a Death Knight, Shaman, Mage, and Hunter in our group. Shaman's healing. Seem to be doing pretty good. Everything's getting wrecked. Kind of feel like I can pull as much as I don't know as much as I want, but you could do pretty big pulls, I believe. DK's doing an insane amount of damage. Go over here quick. Might as well get some more XP and we'll pull the boss with the mobs. Yeah, the Death Knight's Death and Decay. It's quite a bit of damage. Idle, the Claw dropped. Relic, 9 Agi, 14 Stamina, 9 Crit. The Shamans and Druids. Not for us, so we'll breed that. Go around here. I'll try to pull as much as we can. Get the mana leeches as well. These guys blow up, I believe, when they die. Gotta watch out for that. As long as we're topped off, we should be able to survive the explosion. Yeah, so it did a decent amount of damage. And I remember this doing. You would come in here as a rogue. I would come in here as a rogue. It was actually a pretty good gold farm. If you have mining, there's adamantite ores here that you can come and farm. If it was on heroic, there's usually one back there. You'd have to solo some of the mobs here, but that's not too bad as a combat rogue. You can deal with majority of the mobs in here 1v1. Even 2v2. When you get like 3 to 4, it gets kind of hectic. And as a rogue, you can stealth through pretty much this entire place and only fight when there's mobs around the adamantite ore that you're trying to farm in the dungeon. And the reason why people preferred to farm ore in here than out in the world is because it's pretty much guaranteed ore that you would get, and you didn't really have to compete with anybody to get it. I think Vanilla WoW has a few farms like that. I think Razorfen Crawl is another one that you can go into and farm. I forget which ore is in it. I think it's like tin or something like that. Another rogue farm is going into Blackrock Depths and pickpocketing the dwarves in there, and trying to get keys. And you can open up the lockers and make a little bit of coin doing that. Pro gold farms are not bad. They're okay. Not as good as a mage, but better than most. Better than like a priest and a warrior. You can pull these guys into the boss. Remember these dark casters, they put like a debuff on you that's pretty deadly. They're able to cast it. Remember having to make sure I stunned them when they did it, because I think it wasn't, you weren't able to kick it. But I remember dying to that mob. Sometimes when I would run this, the dark caster would get like a dot on me and I just couldn't handle it. Sometimes it would be an adamantite ore here. Kind of just going down memory lane right now. Lightning Rod Pauldron's dropped. 458 armor, 35 stamina, 19 intellect. Not bad. Pretty good for the shaman. Yeah, it's fun being back in dungeons again. I think we'll probably leave the Zanger Marsh today, guys. I believe we will potentially get level 66 today. Means we only got 2 levels left in TBC, so I want to at least check out a few more zones before we leave. Let's pull the entire room here. See if we can pull the entire room. Damn it. Damn it. Come on. Oh my gosh, I'm not doing well, guys. Sorry. Tanking terrible. Terrible tanking by me. Sorry, Mr. Mage. Don't die. I got feared. Could have got out of that fear. But I'm a noob. DK's gonna die now. I don't know why I pulled all that. Didn't really do a good job pulling it. But we did it. Only the mage died. Thundercaller's Gauntlets, 453 armor, 30 stamina, 30 intellect, 18 crit. No one important died, guys. Just the mage. Just the class I'm gonna play. In classic fresh. Mages usually are the first to die, right? Because they do a bunch of AoE. And there'd sometimes be ore here. This is another place to check, right in there. There's usually like an adamantite ore in there. And it's always, it's different pretty much every time. Like you just check the spots, right? And if it's there, you go and farm it. If not, then you just move on. Another spot is right up here. There's one. See? Rich adamantite deposit. So we get at least one this run. That's an okay run. You kind of want to get 2. Do we do a big pull here, guys, or what? Looks like we're doing a big one. Hopefully we don't die here. We're feared. Get out of that fear. I'm gonna die this time. Maybe, maybe not. No, big damage from the mage saved my life. The mage saved my life. Okay, let's pull all these, see if we can survive the explosion. If we die, we die. The explosion usually does quite a bit of damage. I almost died. And there he is, Shafar.
I have longed for a good adventure.
There we go. Yeah, I forgot about using Berserker Rage.
Fascinating things to show.
Gotta remember to use that when we get feared. We get out of it while we're feared. There we go. That was Manitomb's Ethereal Bow dropped. 13 stamina, improves critical strike rating by 14. Is that better than our coil playing Needler? more stamina, and it has agility. I think our Coil Fang Needler is better. Question is, did we finish all the quests? No. Good thing we checked. We need to get Shafar's wrappings. There we go. That was a good run. Only one death. And it was the mage, and it was because of my crappy tanking. I wasn't able to get aggro. But this is a fun dungeon. One of my favorites in all of TBC. Alright, let's turn these in. Splendid Haramad will be delighted to hear the good news of this ripe for his taking. Were you interested in the bounty on Shafar's head? I didn't honestly think a goblin would be able to defeat the Nexus Prince. You've surprised me, and you've earned a handsome reward you were promised. I think the goblins and the ethereals would like each other. They're both all about their coin, right? And business. If you don't have what I'm looking for, stop wasting my time. These samples are absolutely fascinating. They'll work very nicely. And there we go, guys. We got level 66. I wonder if Fiery Pig wants to queue up for another one. Looks like we've got a new dungeon that we can get into called the Escape from Durnhold. This is an awesome dungeon. It's located in the Caverns of Time in Tanaris. And you go back in time and you save Thrall. Looks like he wasn't interested. So maybe we'll actually get into that dungeon. So we're going to queue up. And just want to take a screenshot here. I don't know what I should do. What type of screenshot should I do? Do something like this, like going through that abyss there. Looks kind of cool. I don't know if it's an abyss, so you can see through it, but I don't know. It looks interesting. All right, so we want to teleport out of the dungeon. I'm not too sure if we'll get into another dungeon. Queue times are kind of long. I had to wait a little bit to get into that one. But I'm happy we got 66. So we're heading south, guys. Maybe we'll actually go and check out good old Shatrath. Pretty cool city. Yeah, maybe we'll check Shatrath out for a second. Maybe we'll make Shatrath our hearth spot. So we could hearth the Shatrath. There's portals there. And those portals can take us back to Orgrimmar if needed. Because we won't be questing in Hellfire Peninsula, and the portal in Orgrimmar pretty much just brings you right here to Dark Portal. And we kind of don't want to be there. We kind of want to be here at Shatrath. It's pretty much the central location in TBC. Pretty much get access to almost all the zones there, like close to Zangarmarsh, close to Hellfire Peninsula, Tearcar Forest, and Legrand. And it's a cool city. Some people like this city more than Dalaran. I like Dalaran more. Because I enjoy how like compact Dalaran is. Like you can easily access everything pretty damn quick. All your professions. If you have engineering, you have access to an auction house too, which is pretty cool. But one thing Dalaran doesn't have, that Shatrath has, is a cool bar. So they got this bar here. World's End's Tavern. And like a band comes up at certain times and plays music. It's pretty fun. They also have Harris Pilton here. This is Paris Hilton. Well, it's a reference to Paris Hilton.
A new Belore Delanar.
And she sells nice bags. The gigantic bag, 22 slot bag for 1,080 gold. It's clearly a rip-off right now, but in TBC, that, you know, you probably want to get this back. And there's Rallic the
Remember
Drunk.
Sunwell.
Aye. Trade.
They sell beer here? Oh,
See.
interesting. Thought they did. And it's an interesting city. They got, you know, a Naru in the middle. City's all about the Naru and the light. I think it's like WoW's first introduction to the light. Yeah, it's called the Terrace of Light. And then you have Aldor's Rise and the Scryer's Tier. Both of them, I guess you could say, worship the light or the Naru. The Aldor's Rise is all Draenei. And then the Scryer's Tier is all Blood Elves. And they both don't like each other. And you get to choose which faction you want to support. And the faction you choose to support, I think, is based on the shoulder enchant you want. There's a Naru here. This one looks kind of interesting. It looks like it's like a shadow version of a Naru. Here's gear you can buy with Justice points. And the portal should be here, yeah. So there's Orgrimmar right there, nice. And there's Stormwind. So we're gonna set our hearth here, guys. I think we'll go up to Scryer's, set our hearth. You can either set your hearth at the Scryer's Tier or Aldor's Rise. If you're, I think, friendly with them or exalted with Aldor's Rise, you can't come up here. You can't come up to Scryer's Tier, and vice versa. If you're exalted with Scryer's, you can't go up to the Alder part. Kind of become hated by these guys.
Farewell.
I think I went Oldor on my rogue. And it's because of what they offered. Or the enchant we got. Pretty sure. Kind of forget. Alright, well, let's get out of here. Off to Terrakar Forest we go. That was Shatrath. It's a pretty cool... Pretty cool city. Got like this temple in the middle. I like when expansions have cities. I think every expansion should have like a main city that you get to check out. They have a few of those in the War Within. Dornogal is one of them. The Nerubians have their own city. I think they did a pretty good job with that in the War Within. The War Within's a pretty cool expansion. Problem is I like playing Classic more, so I haven't really checked out retail in a few expansions now. Last time I actually played a little bit with Shadowlands. Now I just kind of, just level up my characters, check out the story, and then I'm done for the expansion. Okay, so we'll pick up a quest here. The Infested Protectors. This is the Dread Wastes, guys. I just like the vibe of this zone. These wastes are scarred by terrible magic. We must do what we can to heal this great wound. The trees of this land are ravaged by the power that was unleashed from Auchindoun. The foul magic that was unleashed blasted the land into the wastes you see all around. The trees that survived are now infested with wretched wood mites that crawl under the bark and gnaw at their flesh. Rotting forest rages and infested root walkers are breeding grounds for the mites. They are found along the edge of the wood to the east. Destroy these creatures and then kill the mites that flee their husks.
Walk with the earth, mother.
I'm gonna pick that up. Pick up a few quests here. Pick that up. Auchindoun is home of my ancestors' spirits. You might not look it, but all broken were once Draenei. Our spirits are all the same.
Luck to you.
Yeah, they fell to the Legion. They made a deal with the Legion, and then that's how they changed to the Lost Ones. After the caravan fell prey to an attack by the Shadow Council Cabal cultists, scouts were sent to Shatrat to call for help. The guards think we're safe for now, but they underestimate these madmen. I, for one, am not looking forward to having my throat slit by some Cabal initiate in the middle of the night. Do us all a favor and take the fight to them. Before they come to us, you will find our attackers south of here at Auchindoun's northern entrance.
So long.
That was the second lost one we talked to that has a fear of getting his throat slit. Must be a common fear. Well, I think that's a fear everybody would have, right? But I rarely think about that. I guess I have a pretty good life. That is kind of messed up. Like, you go to bed and you're like, man, do you know what? Someone could come up and just finish me off. Alright, so let's deal with these infested root walkers. Try to pull a bunch here. So yeah, I don't know if you guys remember last episode. There was a lost one who was worried about getting his throat slit by the Umberfen tribe. Got a bunch of knights from that one. Did we queue up? Oh, that's too bad. Lost queue. I think when we left the dungeon, we lost our queue. I wish another thing I don't like about TBC is the mobs seem so split apart. It'd be nice if they were like, you know, more stacked up. In Wrath of Lich King, it feels that way. Like they're just, the mobs are closer together, so you can, you know, stack them up and then deal with two at a time. Need one more wood mite. Couldn't just give us the last one there. Oh, nice. Got into a dungeon. That was a quick one. I wonder what we'll get into this time. Hopefully it's a new one. I would do Mana Tombs again. That's a fun dungeon. Watch it be Hellfire Ramparts. That's the last one I want to do. We've done that dungeon like 10 times. What the heck? There we go, Auchinai Crypts. That looked like northern to me, that loading screen. I thought we were like queuing into a Wrath of the Lich King dungeon there. Let's pick up a few quests here. Got one quest where you have to finish off the last boss in here. Exarch Maladar. And then the Dead Watcher. We just have to slay bosses, guys. Oh my god. We need some heals. Look at the mages, man. The fire mages are doing work. That's a class that seems to do well throughout all of the expansions up to Cataclysm. Mages are good in vanilla, TBC, Wrath of the Lich King, and Cataclysm as well. They're great in Cataclysm. That's why I'm probably going to play a mage. That'll probably be my main, I think, for Classic Fresh. Warrior's another class like that. You can't go wrong with Warrior. Warriors are great in vanilla, TBC, and Wrath. People thought they were going to be bad in TBC when Classic TBC came out, but they ended up being like one of the top damage in the game. And they were also considered like better to have Warglaives and rogues. And people would give, you know, Warglaives to warriors instead of rogues, just because their damage was higher. Nice grip by VK. You can't go wrong playing a warrior either. Druid's alright. They usually always have a class that's decent. I don't think Druid's better than Major Warrior, though. But I like playing Druid. I played it decent. Played Druid and Wrath a lot. And a bit in Vanilla. I just leveled up a Druid. I did raid on one in Wrath, and it was alright. Your damage isn't that great, but playing a Boomkin is fun. Feral Druids are pretty good, though. In Wrath. Kind of a weird class to play in Vanilla, because you're kind of like a utility class. And raids only usually bring like two of you. It's usually like a Boomkin and a Feral. And then sometimes you off-tank. Kind of like the jack of all trades when you play a Druid. You're not like really great at anything, but you can pretty much do everything. Which is cool. Shadow Priest is hit and miss. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not that great. The dead do not belong in this realm. Why then do we continually seek them out after putting them to rest? So yeah, we have to slay. It's like a kill quest. You guys are just moving ahead, so you had to accept that pretty damn quick. But priests are generally known for healing, right? So if you like healing, priests are always good for healing. They're arguably like the best healer that Horde have. Some people would say shamans, but tend to stack priests as Horde. Well, in Vanilla, after PvC, right, Horde and Alliance get shamans and paladins. That's another thing that I like about Vanilla, is how like each faction has their own class. Cool that Hordes only has shamans and Alliance only have paladins. It makes raiding and, you know, PvP really different on both patches. There we go, we slayed the boss. Boss got wrecked. DK does insane amount of damage. Because in Vanilla, for raiding, the healing is just so much better for Alliance. Because Holy Paladins like never run out of mana, it seems like. Yeah, the sword dropped. One-handed sword, pretty nice. 60.2 damage per second, 25 stamina, 14 expertise rating. Make sure we get that and put it on. But yeah, Alliance healing is amazing. The Paladins never run out of mana. They also have dwarf priests, which are I think the best priests in the game, because they have fear ward, so you're able to put fear ward on your tank and they just won't get feared. That helps out quite a bit in Vanilla, because there's a lot of fear mechanics for bosses. If you ever get feared as a tank, it sucks. So I think Alliance are better at PvE. But for Battlegrounds, I think Horde are better, because Elemental Shamans do insane damage. AoE damage with chain lightning. And it seems like the Alliance just can't keep up with the Horde. And, well, they can win. The Alliance can win, obviously, right? But the Horde have more like one-shot potential and they deal more damage. They also have the Wind Fury Totem. It allows, you know, warriors to just proc, you know, extra hits. Helps a lot. And that's pretty much how they made it. They made where the Horde does more damage, and Alliance is just better at healing. They're like more defensive. And even in raiding, like Horde tends to kill stuff faster because they have, you know, Wind Fury Totem, right? You got, you know, 20 plus warriors with Wind Fury Totem. You know, that's a lot of damage, like extra damage they're putting out. That's why it'll be cool playing both factions. One thing I like a little bit more about Alliance, I like Alliance cities more. And I think the storylines that the Alliance get for questing, I just enjoy them more than the Horde ones. Hordes have some cool storylines, but I think the Alliance ones are better. Prefer like Westside, like Duskwood and, you know, Westfall and all those zones more than the Barrens. Barrens is a cool zone though. Mackinac Cribs. Quick drop here. Fetish of the Fallen increases attack power by 56 as a trinket. Next opponent killed within 15 seconds that yields experience or honor will restore 900 health. It's pretty good for us as a tank. So we'll put that on. It's an awesome trinket. I guess that replaces our... Nah, we're keeping Hand of Justice. We're going to keep Hand of Justice for as long as we can. So let's go turn these quests in, guys. It's going to take a little bit of time. We actually have to travel through the entire dungeon. Turn these in. Yeah, I think that the Alliance have better starting zones and cities. I just like the way their cities are built. I think the coolest city that the Horde have is Thunderbluff. That city's pretty awesome. But nothing really competes with Stormwind and Ironforge. But the Alliance have the worst city. I think the Night Elf city is by far the worst. Narcissus. It's terrible. Like everything is just so far from each other. It just feels like you're always, I don't know, I just don't like how everything's set up in that city. And it's way out of the way too. Like Narcissus is all the way up here. While, you know, Ironforge and Stormwind's like so close to Blackrock Mountain. Yeah, Westfall and Duskwood. I like leveling through there more than going into the Barrens. Some people really like the Barrens. Right, it's probably one of the most popular leveling zones in WoW. But I think the combo of, you know, Elwyn Forest into Westfall and then to Duskwood is pretty awesome. Let's turn these in quick, guys, because I would read it, but let's teleport out of the dungeon quick and teleport back in. So I think these guys are going to leave quick, and then I'm going to miss out on turning these quests in. I want to fall for that again. Yeah, see, everyone's already left. we got here? Pick the plate. Here we go. We did it. We got a decent amount of XP. We're already almost level 67, guys. That was good. Let's check out this chest, though. The Exarch's Protector. 950 armor, 30 strength, 3 sockets. It's got 23 dodge rating and 18 crit. So less strength. No agi on it. No stamina. Just more armor with dodge and crit. I don't think it's better, to be honest, so we'll probably not put it on. Oh, this guy asked to requeue. Oh, my bad. I just noticed that.
Peace, friend.
Probably would have.
May the eternal
You've done
sun
much to help
shine
Terracar Forest,
upon
Spexelgix. With the worst of the might colonies destroyed, we may yet be able to reclaim this
you.
wasteland.
Ancestors,
Alright, guys. Well, I think I'm going to call this episode here. Next episode, we will probably do some more dungeons and some more quests here in the Dreadways. But as always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.